After a rocky start, Diablo IV has long since hit its stride. Now in its 12th season, an overhaul looms in the shape of a new expansion. Poised to be more than a culmination of an ongoing Age of Hatred saga, the newest DLC brings changes to itemization, progression, and buildcrafting, alongside new classes, new endgame content, and a new region. So whether you're already stockpiling in anticipation or looking to dive back in after some time away, here's 15 things that you need to know before you buy this latest DLC. Age of Hatred ends with itemization and progression changes. The DLC marks the culmination of Diablo IV's ongoing saga, but climactic story content isn't the only addition the expansion is bringing. Major changes to itemization and progression have already been detailed by Blizzard. Advanced crafting and charm sets introduce more strategic build customization, a new loot filter simplifies inventory management, and more expansive paths for progression ensure the DLC won't just provide a satisfying narrative conclusion, but a mechanical foundation for the genre future beyond the Age of Hatred. Vessel of Hatred included for all buyers. Originally released in 2024, Diablo IV Vessel of Hatred is included in every purchase, no matter the edition. The game's first expansion provides an essential primer, with story events that define the struggle and the tension throughout Sanctuary before the DLC's promised final showdown. It also introduced the region of Nahantu, alongside a suite of new items, abilities, and endgame content. Campaign continues the fight against Mephisto. Building on the narrative foundation laid by earlier expansion, Vessel of Hatred, the DLC focuses on the lead-up to the Wanderer's final battle against Mephisto. The prime evil of hatred has been plotting to seize control of Sanctuary, while twisting humanity into a race of hateful beings. Through uneasy alliances, you'll destroy his network throughout Nahantu, new region of Skovos, and the realms of Sanctuary. New region, Skovos. Speaking of Skovos, the DLC introduces a never-before-seen region where towns, dungeons, and monsters are spread across volcanic shorelines, crystalline forests, crumbling structures, and more. Its ancient aesthetic gives it a distinct identity within Diablo IV's world, but beneath that relative brightness lies the same hostility, danger, and darkness that define Sanctuary. On your way to the climactic battle with Mephisto, Skovos will be packed with new threats to overcome. Two new classes, the Paladin and the Warlock. Two new classes are coming, the Paladin and the Warlock. The Paladin is a heavily armored frontline fighter built around durability, pressure, and punishing demonic threats at close range. Now the Warlock, in contrast, wields the power of destruction through forbidden knowledge, binding evil forces without serving them directly. A specialist in battlefield control, Warlocks bring fire, shadow, and crowd control tools that let them dictate the flow of combat. Paladin is playable immediately. Pre-ordering any edition of the DLC unlocks the Paladin immediately, so you can get build crafting straight away through Diablo IV's main campaign and Vessel of Hatred's expansion, which also unlocks with every pre-purchase. With 4 thematic paths to pursue, getting a head start on the Paladin's core mechanics should prove worthwhile when the DLC campaign begins in earnest after launch. Skill tree reworks enhance variety for every class. The DLC reworks the skill tree for all classes, not just the 2 new ones. With passive stats removed entirely, the focus now will be on deep customization through wider branching upgrades via a 12-point investment system with less tier restrictions. Minimum spend to progress has been withdrawn, just for instance. This means that more dynamic, heavily modified builds should be possible. Additionally, Diablo IV's upcoming expansion is set to increase the maximum character level cap from 60 to 70. Updates apply to all Diablo IV players. Even if you're not planning to get the upcoming expansion, if you're a regular Diablo IV player, you'll see these updates trickle through to your experience too. The aforementioned skill tree reworks, for example, are a universal change, where new skill variants for every class, level cap increases, and reshaped hero progression refresh the game for everyone, not just for those who have purchased the DLC. Long requested loot filter is coming. A community-driven rework is coming in the shape of an all-new loot filter, and this one is available to all Diablo IV players too, not just the DLC buyers. This built-in filter will allow you to customize how your inventory is displayed, hiding unwanted items while highlighting desirable gear with specific criteria, or filtering based on rarity, type, status, and more. This tool isn't just to provide you with more granular control over your inventory, but to reduce visual noise and make navigating your stash as frictionless as possible. Upgraded set bonuses expand buildcrafting. The DLC is set to introduce upgraded set bonuses through the new talismans. Talismans function as containers for slottable charms and are said to unlock gameplay-altering effects beyond traditional stat increases. Build goals, which evolve your style rather than simply boost numbers, would boost talismans' chances of being popular. All new Horadric Cube will be crucial for endgame glory. The Horadric Cube is the all-new crafting system which allows you to upgrade any common item you find with random affixes to convert it into unique gear. Beyond upgrading, the Horadric Cube can remove unwanted affixes or transform gear entirely, such as converting 3 identical unique items into something new. The system is intended to give you improved build customization by maximizing item properties, which is something you'll need when tackling the DLC's new endgame content. New endgame features: War Plans. Now, speaking of endgame features, once you're done with Lord of Hatred's DLC campaign, you can access the new War Plans system, which allows you to curate your own custom playlist of activities, complete with modifiers to yield specific rewards, essentially creating your own endgame progression. New endgame challenge: Echoing Hatred. Another new endgame activity is Echoing Hatred, ostensibly a horde mode where you'll engage with randomized waves of enemies that grow in intensity the longer you survive. To unlock this challenge, you'll need to find the ultra-rare Traces of Echo item and craft a powerful, optimized build. Of course, the longer you last, the better the loot. New endgame activity: Fishing. Coming out of left field is this rather unexpected endgame activity: fishing. Non-combat in nature, instead, the DLC's fishing endgame is set to provide a comparatively tranquil side excursion where you'll take your rod to Sanctuary's most mirror-like waterways. Details are light at present, but based on Blizzard's announcement, there's a strong chance the fishing here will follow Diablo Immortal's system, where the primest fishing spots yield the rarest catches. Release date, platforms, additions, and prices. The DLC is slated for release on April 28th. Available on current and last-gen PlayStation and Xbox, plus PC via Steam and Battle.net. The expansion comes in 3 different versions: Standard, Deluxe, and Ultimate Edition, with more cosmetic bundles, armor, skin, and beyond unlocking as the edition value increases. The Standard Edition is priced at $39.99, while the Deluxe Edition is $59.99. The Ultimate is $89.99.
And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at Gaming Vault, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.